Pull up some is real. Let's get some folks to chime in here. We got a lot of people in here. A lot of people. Let's get Liam. All right, let's get Liam in here. Liam, hop on. All right, Liam.
Oh, hey, what's up?
All right, so
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's on your mind, Liam?
Okay, so this isn't about the shooting that just happened, but I think it's something I want to ask on one of your last spaces. So, Kevin Samuels, right?
Yes, yes. R.I.P. to
Okay,
Kevin Samuels.
yeah, yeah. But I wanted to ask about, I feel like there's like this, there's a lot of hatred against him, from black women in particular, and I feel like
Okay.
there's this kind of conflict. Like I don't understand where exactly the conflict, or I don't even know if it's real or not, if it's made up.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. This is all the way off topic, but since you're asking, you're a white man. What does that make? What does that? How does that concern you as a white male?
Uh, I'm not. All right, that's a good question. I'm
Good
just
question. Yeah,
interested in it.
why does that even concern you, sir?
I'm just interested in it.
Okay, get out of black business. How about that? We need you to get out of black business because that really has nothing to do with you. And what we need you to do is produce justice with all of these unjust murders and these creations of the Kyle Rittenhouses within your community because they are attacking people within your community and you're creating a bunch of Frankensteins within your community. So I think you should be concerned about that. But thank you so much, Liam. Thank you so much. All right, don't get the hell out of black business, man. Don't ask me stuff like that. That's family. We don't discuss black male and female business with outsiders. You understand? The hell you want to know that for? That ain't got nothing to do with you. Whatever issues black men and black women have, whatever it is, I ain't talking about it with you. That's man, and black folks, y'all get out of the habit of taking, and we don't really have no problem. Black men and black women, we don't have issues like that. We're good. But don't let folks like that try to get into our conversations. Their whole purpose is to sow dissension. All right. Y'all got to check that at the gate. Let's get this dude here. I don't know what your name is, sir. You have a lot of Arabic writing on your page. So I don't know what your name is, sir, but go ahead, sir. The guy with the Arabic writing, and I cannot read Arabic and I don't know what your name is. But turn your microphone on. All right. Well, maybe he can't understand English because I'm telling him to turn his microphone on and he can't turn it on right now. So, sir, there you go.
Good morning, my friend. Me, you speak English.
You don't speak English. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So why did you want to chime in? Hello? Hello, sir. Why did you turn your microphone on? If you can't speak English, why are you up in here?
Listen English, not speak English good.
Okay, so why did you want to come on?
Okay.
Okay. Are you in between Postmates orders, sir? I don't know why you wanted to come on, but maybe I can help you out. Hold on. Maybe I can help you out a little bit. I don't know. Let me try to help you out a little bit, sir, because I don't. Are you there, sir? Are you there, sir? Can you? Are you there? Are you there, sir? Okay. Um, I think he's in a plane headed for a building right now. Okay, thank you, sir. I'm gonna let you get out of here. Let's get let's get some other people in here. Y'all don't waste time. Y'all get out of black business trying to waste time. Come on, y'all. What are you doing? All right, let's get brother Dennis in here. Let's get Dennis in here. I know Dennis. Dennis is from TMZ. What's up, brother Dennis? Brother Dennis, what's on your mind, brother? Dennis, where you at, bro?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. What's up, brother Dennis?
Brother Tariq, first and foremost, thank you for taking that first person out there because he heard the conversation. He just went all left on us. for
Right,
a good
right.
reason. So
Hmm.
I was wondering earlier today. I had some exchange with a Chicago attorney,
Hmm.
and I was talking about the new gun laws in New York. And the issue I had issue with the governor and some of the measures they used to restructure the Supreme Court decision and how they license people. So I'm a proponent of the Second Amendment first and foremost, and I think that we're seeing a lot of gun violence as we have seen over the years, but more importantly in the last 24 months. And I think that quite honestly, more people should have the right to arm themselves. In the case, for example, in New York, when the gunman attacked those innocent people, if the laws were
Right,
different, I think more people would be able to respond to a situation like that. So
right.
I don't think that more people having access to guns is the problem. I think it's just the right people having access to guns.
Of course, of course, of course, and I agree with that. But they got to relax those New York gun laws. Those gun laws in New York are ridiculous, and they're trying to do some things with the laws out here too. As far as CCWs, they're making it easier for people to get those, which is a good thing out here because that was a big problem for a long time. And speaking of lawyers, he mentioned lawyers. Speaking of lawyers, that's another thing because there's a lot going on, and there's a lot that's going to be going on this summer. We need to have all of our black lawyers on deck with all of the stuff going on so that we can kind of call you and retain you for certain things that's going on out here in these streets and other issues as well. Where are the black lawyers, especially in LA? Do we have any LA, my black lawyers in Los Angeles? If you're in the room, raise your hand. I want to have a bunch of black lawyers out here on deck just in case some things go down. We just need to have them on reserve out here. And also in your particular cities, y'all get on your social media and reach out to the black lawyers in your area just so you can have their card, their business numbers and all of that stuff just in case something goes down. Because I know in Akron there was quite a few people who got arrested last night. We need to know who the lawyers are up there, who we can send down to get everybody out or whatever. But out here in LA, I need my black lawyers. If you're in LA, my LA people, black lawyers in LA, email me. My email is info at tariqelite.com. Info at tariqelite.com. That's TARIQELITE.com. Info at tariqelite.com. If you are a lawyer, black lawyer out here in LA, because I want to have all your information and everything on deck so we can chop it up. Um, Speaking of laws, there was a situation, and I want the black family to be very careful about this stuff with these crazed, suspected white supremacists running around shooting people left and right. Because up here in Highland Park, the fact that this suspected white supremacist got away, that shows that this guy may or may not, but he might be connected with law enforcement up there. The fact that he could do a brazen shooting like that and just get away like that, that means he knew the city, he knew the area. From what I understand, I think his family, allegedly, from what I've been hearing and from what I've been reading, his family is politically connected up there. I think his dad ran for office up there a few times. So his family is kind of connected to the political establishment up there. So this guy may possibly have law enforcement connections, just like, remember, up there in Buffalo, that white supremacist who shot all of those innocent black people in Buffalo, he was clicked in with law enforcement, and it was law enforcement who was actually assisting him. It was a federal agent. Notice they've been very quiet about that. They've been very quiet about that federal agent assisting him. You see, so we got to keep our eyes on that. But out in Georgia, there was a situation where suspected white supremacists rolled up on a brother, innocent black man, and shot in his car 14 times, injured the brother. The brother survived. And the white supremacist suspect got caught. I posted this on my social media. The police, law enforcement, and the media, they keep referring to it as road rage. Have y'all noticed that? Watch the wording of some of this stuff. Whenever you see some of these suspected white supremacists drive by and shoot some black people, whenever they find out the shooter is white, they always frame it as road rage. I want y'all to notice that. Notice the legal terms that they use based on the race of the people. All right. I keep telling people a lot of these shootings that we see, especially in Chicago and other places, these are not black on black crime shootings. All right. A lot of these shootings in Illinois and Chicago are actually unsolved. The victims are black. And when somebody gets shot, people just start yelling black on black crime. Oh, look at what black people got to do better. Many of them are not issues of black on black crime. A lot of them don't know who the suspect is. The suspect is never caught, which is most likely a suspected white supremacist doing these shootings. These are a lot of suspected white supremacist vigilantes who's clicked in with law enforcement doing these shootings. And when they find out that the suspect is black, oh, it's gang related. Oh, it's gang related. We're going to throw all types of gang injunctions. Oh, it's gang culture. They put it on the culture, and then they double down on the charges. But if they find out it's a white person who did a drive-by shooting, they will almost always frame it as road rage. That's very significant because the legal term of road rage, the penalty is lesser for that. With road rage, that's almost saying temporary insanity to a certain degree. That gives the impression that the killing or the shooting was not premeditated. It happened at the spur of the moment because the person got angry and they were blinded with rage, and then they went and shot somebody based on being aggravated at the moment during a traffic altercation. So that's why when white people do these drive-bys, they'll call it road rage because the penalty is lesser. You can get a slap on the wrist for a road rage charge. You see, watch the legal terms that they use, and the media will go right along with this too. So down there in Georgia, they're protecting this suspected white supremacist. He's a 61-year-old dude, shot this 25-year-old brother, black brother. And the brother, thank goodness the brother was able to drive away and save himself. But they keep saying it was road rage, road rage. The brother and the white supremacist didn't have any interaction with each other. In fact, the white supremacist shot through his own window at the brother. It was completely out of nowhere. It was an ambush. They didn't even exchange words. This white man just pulled up and started busting. That wasn't road rage. You know, it's something like that happened in I want to say North Carolina, South Carolina. This white man was shooting at black people passing by in cars, and they kind of tried to frame that as a road rage thing. And they're not putting hate crime charges on it. He killed a little 8-year-old black boy. You see, family, we're going to have to start getting serious about making the Biden administration provide hate crime laws for us. We might have to have a new march on Washington as far as that, just to get international press about that. That's something we're going to have to make these folks do. Because this is ridiculous how we can just sit up here and be sitting ducks, and the people that you so-called voted in are up here twiddling their thumbs while we're getting attacked left and right. We have to make noise about that. And I'm glad that people are getting out here in the streets for real, for real. Brittany Griner, who's over there in Russia, she wrote an open letter to Biden because Biden ain't doing a damn thing to get her out. She's damn near begging for Biden to help. And I've seen some Biden sexuals sit up here trying to explain, because I keep pointing out, I'm going to rub it in their faces. Trump, since they like to tell us Trump was the boogeyman that we need to vote against, no matter what you say about Trump, Trump was getting folks out of jail. In fact, Trump got A$AP Rocky out of jail, and he threatened to put trade sanctions on, was it Sweden? He was talking about putting trade sanctions on them if they didn't let him go. Remember, LeVar Ball's son out there in China, when he got caught up, Trump got him out of there. You see? Y'all can't sit up here and boogeyman Trump, and you guys are doing worse. Y'all won't do anything for a black person. At least Trump is doing or has done minute things, but they were pretty significant, that the so-called our Democratic allies, they won't do it all. You understand? And some of the Biden sexuals up here talking about, well, Biden and Russia, they ain't really allies with the U.S. and there's already sanctions, and they're allied with Russia's enemy and all that. There's still bargaining chips, family. There's still bargaining chips. They still got bargaining chips. If they want to get Brittany out, they could get Brittany out of Russia. All they got to do is trade one of their Russian spies over here. They got a bunch of Russian spies detained. All they got to do is exchange one of them. They got a whole bunch of people exchanged that they can get that sister back. They just don't want to. She's not looked upon as a valuable asset by the Biden administration. Let's keep it a buck. And what's interesting, the Democrats try to get people to shame black men. You understand? This is how they try to get the focus off themselves. They got their plantation flunkies running around here talking about how come black men ain't making no noise about Brittany. Hold on, we're not politically clicked in like that. What the hell? Well, how come you're not talking to Biden about that? That's your zaddy right there. Go holler at Zaddy Biden. How come he ain't exchanging some Russian spies for Brittany? That's Zaddy and Kamami. That's y'all sister girl, Ski Wee, aka where y'all at? Where's the Congressional Black Caucus? Don't come to black men talking about what we ain't doing. Y'all got all the people who's politically clicked in and ain't doing a damn thing. We're not clicked in like that. You're not going to point the finger to us. You ain't doing nothing. Y'all could get that sister back easily. Get a Russian spy, make an exchange, and she'll come on back. Y'all stop playing. Let me get some more people in here. All right. A lot of folks up in here today. Let's get who is this? Who we got? Man, there's a lot of folks in here. Let's get Jonah. All right, let's get Jonah in here. Jonah, let's get Jonah in here. And then we'll get Cicely Tyson in a minute. That's Charm, Sister Charm. I'm gonna get you in a minute. Let me get some of these new faces up here. Let's get who's this? Jim Crow Joe. All right. All right. Jonah.
Hello?
It's Jim Crow Joe. What's up, Jim Crow Joe?
Oh, shit. What's going on, Flex? It's E out of Brooklyn, FBA family. I just wanted to say real quick, I'm fed up with all the shit that's going on. We got to continue riding out here. If we let down, then it all goes to hell. We got to stand up, continue fighting. And, the price of freedom is death. So if it come to you, we watch this shit on TV every day. It's only a matter of time, before it comes to someone we know or our own family, God forbid. But when that day comes, you got to be ready to ride. More praying, asking for forgiveness, looking for
Yeah.
lawyers. You got to be ready to ride, and that's what it is out here, man. So
Yes.
shout out
Yes, it
to
is.
everybody out here.
Thank you so much, brother. Much respect to you. Let's get Jonah in here. Then we get Angela. Jonah, what's up, man? Jonah? Jonah. Turn your microphone on. Let me give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And there we go. Let's get Angela. Angela, how are you, dear?
Hi, Tariq. How are you?
I'm good, Angela. How are you, beloved? What's on your mind?
Well, to tell you the truth, not too good. I'm right here in the city of Akron, Ohio, in the midst of all of this, and I just want
Yes.
everybody to know, we riding out here for Jalen. I shared pictures today, showing what we actually out here doing to get stuff done. We went to the mayor's house today. We looking to go tomorrow, but I just want everybody to know them throwing them bricks through windows and businesses, and that's not us doing that. I got pictures
Yeah.
of these white boys down here defacing property and stuff like that. We're actually peacefully protesting, so I don't want nobody to put the word out there. But to be honest, I'm tired of protesting, but it's like nothing else that we can do. But I do have a serious question, Tariq. I do want to ask you this, and I've
Yes,
been
ma'am.
wanting to ask people this for the longest as FBAs and having to get stuff done. I've noticed that every time we get in spaces, and I go to TikTok, everywhere I'm trying to go somewhere, we trying to strategize and organize. We always let the pale face in our spaces. And I'm just like, how can we strategize and plan when they all up in our spaces? They can hear what we're doing. That lets them be 10 steps ahead. What can we do to where we can plan and strategize without having interference from them? Because all they do is deflect. They bring up some other bullshit, black on black crime or some other stupid ass shit to take our
Mhm.
focus off of what we really supposed to be focused on. Then we start arguing with them and we can't focus on what we need to focus. What can we do to keep them out of our spaces? I don't even want to talk to them.
Right. Great question. Says what you can do. Thank you for the call. What you can do, you got to start organizing more in person. That's why you got to be boots on the ground. You got to start talking to people in the neighborhood, toe to toe, face to face. You got to get out there, pound the pavement, and start recruiting people locally and letting them know what you're trying to do. You don't have to put everything online. A lot of stuff has to be organized offline. You got to go out there and hit that pavement and look people in the eye, make sure that they're good, make sure there ain't no op, and you get to choose the people. You understand? You have to choose the people who you want to be down. You see? That's how you can make sure they're not a damn op or an undercover trying to come in and undermine everybody. Because again, online, it's cool to talk about certain things online, but we have to understand that about 20% of the people are going to be agents and ops and provocateurs, and many of them will sit up here and have black profiles. We see that all the time. We see these people on here with all types of RBG flags and Egyptian pyramids. And then now the whole thing is you got these white supremacists claiming to be FBAs now. So you're going to have ops online. That's a given. But the good thing is you can still get some stuff done online. You just have to watch what you say. Don't say anything crazy, and don't let these people deflect and waste too much of your time. Let me get my brother Marcel in here. Marcel is in here. Let's get Marcel to chop it up. What's up, brother Marcel? How are you, sir? Where you at, brother? I'm good. What's on your mind, brother Marcel?
Hey, I'm serious, and I want to know if you're serious about taking some action to hold this administration accountable. I mean, we know this administration is on their way out. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
the Republicans seem like they're going to wipe them out in November, but Biden is still going to be the president. And I'm serious. We need to make something happen, whether it's virtual or on the ground or both, because this is ridiculous and it has to stop.
Yes. You know what? Thank you for the call, brother. Family, should we do that? I've been thinking, man, because of what's going on with us and the violent, the deadly benign neglect with these people, this administration, who black people voted in, will sit up here and harm black people and let us be harmed and not do anything about it. That's a problem. We need to have us a march on Washington situation almost. Sorry about that, guys. My phone is ringing left and right. But yeah, we need to have a march on Washington type of moment, family, to really shut this stuff down. Because this is a major problem. Let me get some more people in here. Let me get some more calls in here. Let's get Wave in here. Let's get Wave in here. Wave, hop on.
Yo, Flex, what's going on?
I'm good. What's up, Wave? How are you, sir?
Ain't nothing. I just want to draw some attention to Akron, Ohio. Not specifically Jalen Walker, but specifically those young boys that were attacked by a fake mass shooting prank by that white boy. And then
Yes.
they defended themselves, and then the boy died. And now they are being charged and all that stuff. So let's just make sure that we keep some attention on them as well, because that's going on in Akron too. Appreciate you,
Yes.
Flex.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. We still got to make sure that those brothers get up out of jail too, because that's a very significant case out there as well. Yeah, a lot of stuff happening in Akron right now. Akron is going to be ground zero. Akron is going to be the new Minnesota, with a lot of stuff going on in Akron as far as subjugating black people up there. It looks like it's going to be the next Minnesota. Let me get a couple of more folks in here. Let's get George. Let's get George in here. What's up, George?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up, George?
What's going on, family? Question I have for you is, with all of the shootings that the police are doing and they're deliberately attacking us, at what point are you, during the process of them, like pulling you over, and they're pulling you over for a bogus reason and they're trying to pull you out the vehicle or whatever, can you start to defend yourself against them?
Now, great question. There have been cases where people were allowed to defend themselves, and again, they were white people, but there are case studies where people can defend themselves from law enforcement. But hey, man, listen, we have a God-given right. Simply, we have a God-given right to not be attacked by an oppressive system. Even the Constitution says that's what the Second Amendment is about. Also, the whole thing about having a militia to fight against tyranny. They put that in the Constitution. if the government has become so tyrannical, you have a right to form a strong militia to combat these people trampling on your rights. The Constitution says that. But even beyond the Constitution, you have a God-given right to protect yourself by any means. Now, if the government is oppressive, hey, sometimes the cost of freedom is the price of freedom is death sometimes. Sometimes, you got to go there. If they're going to kill you anyway, you might as well defend yourself in certain cases. We got to understand. And family, in warfare, because this is what we're in, these people are in a war with us. Yeah, we got to stop being afraid, and we have to understand in war, things happen. You don't sit up and just allow your family members to be wiped out. Sometimes you're going to have to get out here and turn up sometimes, and you're going to have to produce justice. You're going to have to make sure that you and your family is protected, or there's going to be consequences for anybody harming you or your family. That's just what it is. Sitting around here praying that these folks are going to see the light. That ain't no. Now we got to get off that. You know what it is. Hey man, sometimes the thing's going to have to get real. Ain't no, we're in a tough situation, and it has to be a tough solution to get out the tough situation. And praying ain't gonna work. Status correction ain't gonna work. You have brothers who be on that. We have too many, I call them cowardly solutions. Sometimes you got to be ready to go there. You got to be ready to go there. The price of freedom is death sometimes, especially when you have children. See, you got to make this thing better for your offspring. See, other people, they understand sacrificing for their children. And Black folks understood that for a long time too. Sometimes we have to sacrifice so our next generation will be safe. See, they did that in the 1960s. You had a lot of brothers and sisters. Some of them are dead. Many of them are in jail now. They sacrificed their lives and their freedom so that my generation, that Generation X, would be relatively safe during our lifespan, the Generation X lifespan. The people born in the late 60s, 70s, 80s. That whole thing, race soldiers weren't messing with us like that. We got to understand the race soldiers were not messing with us. Us growing up in the 80s and 90s, we didn't have that. The closest thing was the LA riots, the Rodney King situation, and we see how that turned out. That didn't turn out the way they wanted it to turn out. But we have to understand, you had brothers, and I talk about this, and we're going to be talking about this in the new film I'm doing. You had brothers and sisters in the 60s putting in major work. If you harmed a Black person, there was immediately they had a retaliation overnight. They stopped marching after the 60s. After the 60s, the marching stopped, and there was retaliation, and they made sure you're not going to do this. You're not going to harm any Black people without there being some kind of repercussion. And then they stopped. You didn't see them harming us like that. You see? So I'm just telling you this from a historic standpoint. I'm not advocating anything. I'm just talking about history. I'm just giving you a history lesson. I'm looking at this situation as a historian. All right. Let's get a couple of more people on here. Let's get Miyako. Let's get Miyako in here. All right. Let's get Miyako. What's
Hello.
up, Miyako?
Hi, Tariq. How are you?
I'm good, Miyako. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just wanted to speak on the issue that you were talking about in Chicago with the shootings out
Yes.
here being other people besides ourselves. I can attest that one night I was coming home at about 2 o'clock in the morning from a cousin's house out there in the hundreds, in about 115th and Halsted. I was turning off the street and I saw a car coming down the street, and it was a Black guy that was driving the car, but something said, "Look down at the driving wheel." And I looked down and he had his hand hanging out the window, and it was a white hand. And that just
Mm,
so
mm.
suspicious to me. And I've been telling brothers every now when I see them, I tell them and I warn them, y'all be careful out here when y'all hanging out on the block, when y'all having these parties and stuff. Pay attention to who's coming up and down these streets, because the people that you think that are out here doing these shootings are not always the people that look like you.
Exactly.
And
Thank you so
you're
much,
welcome.
dear. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I keep telling folks, let's stop all that. Every time there's a drive-by shooting somewhere and it hits a bunch of black people, especially in Chicago, they immediately start talking that black on black crime. These are not black folks doing all of these shootings. Y'all stop that. It's obviously that these are black folks not doing it. Yeah. And we posted video years ago of a shooting out there in Chicago. It was a white man doing it. He shot a bunch of black folks, and somebody had a dash cam on their truck. He didn't know he was being filmed. There was a drive-by shooting. It was a white boy who did it, and you never heard anything else about it. And I think the white boy was clicked in with law enforcement. The fact that they didn't say that they caught the suspect, and we have video of the suspect shooting people, most likely this guy was clicked in with law enforcement. Remember, the Chicago police is corrupt to the damn core. You think these people won't set up a shooting and then lie about it? These people lie and scheme and set black folks up, especially in Chicago, all the time. Y'all seen them videos where they sit up here and put out bait trucks. They'll go to a poor neighborhood in Chicago and have a truck full of Nikes and then open the door of the truck and park it right next to a basketball court. And they're sitting around waiting for somebody to go in there and get the shoes so they can arrest them. You know, they do little dirty stuff like that all the time out there. Now, most people, they got smart enough to say, hey, this is a trap. I ain't falling for that. But these people are rotten to the core, man. It's nothing for them to lie and to set up traps for us like that. Let me get a couple more people in here because I still want to keep my eyes open on what's going on out here in Akron. And I want to see, what's going on as far as that suspect out there in Chicago. I want to see what they're going to do with him. I want to see what the deal is with this guy and who he's connected with, because they're going to lone wolf him to death. With black folks, if you do something, if a black person does something like this, boy, they're going to, everybody who you emailed or everybody who page you liked, they're going to start investigating everybody black. But with this guy, they're going to lone wolf the hell out this guy and act like he was acting alone, and he was clearly acting with somebody else. All right, let's get some more folks in here. A couple of people in here. Let me get my sister Charm in here real quick. Charm, what's on your mind, Miss Charm?
Hey, um,
Thank you,
oh, you're
beloved.
welcome. I'm here in Chicago, and I was actually in that area yesterday, which is really weird. But the first thing that people were saying online, oh, it's Chicago, some more Chicago shootings. But anyone who lives in Chicago knows that Highland Park is one of the richest suburbs in the country, and definitely in Chicago. I mean, they film Home Alone and Ferris Bueller's Day Off there, so it's a very affluent.
Don't Michael Jordan have a house out
Yep,
there?
Michael Jordan. It's a very affluent suburb. It's way up north. It's considered the North Shore, very rich area. It's on the way to Wisconsin. And as far as like the Kyle Rittenhouse effect, I mean, I think he was from Antioch, Illinois, and that was like 30 miles away from Highland Park, this is like when you're going to go to Wisconsin, where Kenosha, where all that happened is on the border of Wisconsin and Illinois. So a lot of Chicago people live there in Kenosha too to get the tax benefits and stuff, and they may work in Chicago and commute. But Chicago is one of the most segregated cities in America. And this guy, I think they said his father ran for mayor 2 years ago of Highland Park. And
Yeah.
they've already scrubbed his grandfather's obituary. They've taken him into custody without incident. Whereas in Ohio,
Oh, they got him?
yeah, they got him
Oh,
already.
so
They
they
got him
got him.
already.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, he
Okay.
was stopped up there because Highland Park is in Lake County, so this is all north of Chicago. They've already got him without incident, stopped at with a traffic stop. And this brother in Akron didn't have the luxury of that 60 shot 60 times, 90 attempted shots. So this is crazy.
Yeah.
And with all the stuff that goes on in Chicago, I really hate the bad rap that Chicago gets, because it's a wonderful, wonderful city. And like any other city, it has its problems, but to make it a proxy for black people in America is ridiculous. And as far as that bait card thing you were saying, I thought it was hilarious. I went to the Puerto Rican Day Parade. We have a Puerto Rican parade here in Chicago. This was like maybe 4 years ago. And I walked by a Mercedes-Benz truck with a brand new, like with all the windows down, with a Louis Vuitton bag, obviously like open with cash inside. And I'm like, okay, they got a bank.
Oh,
They got a bank truck set up
Lord,
here at the Puerto Rican parade. So yeah, this is Chicago.
hilarious.
Chicago as usual. But I just wanted to say that. Have a
Mm.
wonderful. I'm glad you had a wonderful birthday, and congratulations on the new princess. And that's it.
Thank you so much, dear. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. They're gonna set up a bait car with a Louis bag in it. They might as well have a box of Church's chicken in there too. Just really, if you're gonna do that, just throw some chicken in there in a 40 ounce and sit there with the undercover wires on. If you're gonna do something that damn stupid, Lord. But yeah, I'm looking at some of the information now. They got this guy and more information about this Robert Bobby E. Crimo guy. They got him at a Trump rally. I saw there's a video of him at a Trump rally. Yeah, there's a lot of videos of him at different Trump rallies. Yeah, I'm looking at all types of information coming out about this guy. Okay, very interesting thing. So I want to see what they're going to do with this situation here. Are they going to find his connections? Now the Democrats are going to really milk this now. So now that they found out he's a Trump supporter, the Democrats are going to really, really milk this thing. Hold on, oh, he's a Blue Lives Matter person too. I'm looking at some images, and he's up here with the Blue Lives Matter flag. So yeah. It's typical. Nothing surprising, nothing surprising whatsoever. Okay, but he was a major Trump supporter and all that old stuff. All right, but listen, family. This guy killed a bunch of people and injured dozens of people, and no bullet holes for him. And our brother out there in Akron, completely innocent. Our brother Jalen, he didn't commit a crime. And this whole thing about him shooting at police, I don't believe that one bit. I don't believe that whatsoever. And then they sat here and just executed that man, and it was overkill. And that was to send a message. That was to put terror in us, and we better not show any fear. Pull-up season is real. The minute we psychologically bow down, then that's when we're done. We do not bow down. We turn up. We are not going to let these people scare us. We're going to make them produce justice. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters on the ground out there in Akron who's making it happen, who's still making it happen. Shout out to the Black folks and the brothers and sisters out there in North Carolina who's making it happen out there too. Hey, it's up to us to produce justice, family. We have to produce justice. That's what it is. We're not going to sit up here and allow these people to treat us like sitting ducks out here. That's not going to work. That's not an option. All right. Well, it's a lot of folks in here, man. It's almost 2,000 people in here. Shout out to everybody in here. Let me stay on a little bit longer. I was going to get off, but let's stay on a little bit longer. Let's get Wayne Dretsky in here. Let's get Brother Wayne in here. Chop it up. Wayne, what's up, brother? Brother Wayne, where you at, bro?
All right, I'm right here. Much love. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations on your newborn, and congratulations on cancer in terms of being a birthday celebration. Just to keep things on topic, I wanted to throw something out there and just kind of maybe get your perspective on it. A lot of people have been coming to spaces recently with the events, with a lot of pain. I've heard, people break down just crying, like scared to have their, children go back to school, and, with the midst of things. What would you tell people that really support you and follow you that, I'm sure you're not a mental health professional, but what would you tell people that aren't at that space, you know what I'm saying, mentally, to like feel like they got it all together right now, if that makes sense at all? What would you tell them to kind of get them pointing in that right direction, and so we can go towards some production, you know what I'm saying, and get some tangible.
Right, there you go. Thank you for the call, brother. Yeah, I was talking about this the other day on my broadcast last night on my Tariq radio page. I was saying, Black folks, let's stop all the crying. Look, we're in a war, man. That's what it is. We have to stop the crying, and we have to take the emotion out of it. Look, a lot of Black folks are crying because what you do, you try to block out the reality that you're in. And the reality that you're in is that you are in the middle of a race war. You are the target of a race war, and you're outgunned, you're outnumbered. Well, you're not really outnumbered, you're just outgunned. And truth be told, if we're going to get real technical, you're not really outgunned, you're just outcodified. All right, let's be clear. I won't even say you're outgunned, you're just outcodified. That's the problem. Let's get into this for a second. It's not that these people have a lot of guns and weapons, which is they do. They do have a lot of guns and weapons. But here's the thing: those are just inanimate objects. The weapon is your mind. This is what they teach you in the military. The weapon, your brain is the weapon. Your brain is the weapon. So even if you're so-called outgunned out of, if people outgun you, they outnumber you with weapons. If you have a code and enough people have a code, you can overcome that. Do you understand what I'm saying? If enough people are on code, it don't matter how many guns they have, even if they outnumber you. If enough of you are on code, you can get over that. Now, let's go through history. Now, in history, the white supremacists were able to go into Africa and colonize Africa. They had a lot of guns, and people try to say, well, the reason why they got a one up on Africa is because they just outgunned the Africans. That wasn't it. That wasn't it at all. It wasn't like they just went in and just overpowered everybody. The problem was the Europeans who went in there were all on code, and the Africans were not. They were all scattered and off code based on tribal differences. That's how all of Africa ended up getting colonized, and it's still colonized economically to this day because of the tribal beefs and differences that still exist today, where one tribe is getting hemmed up and the other tribe is like, well, hell, let me go work with these white folks so they won't hem me up, is that type of thing. And everybody keeps trying to play that game and everybody gets hemmed up. It ain't the guns. You've been out codified. Like I said, if enough of you have codification, even if you're outgunned, you'll still win. Just like the Haitian Revolution. That's a great example. Remember, the brothers and sisters in Haiti, they were outgunned. They have no guns. They didn't have no guns, and they were going up against the French, the British, and the Spanish and end up winning. Why? Because they got on code on that island. All the black folks said, hey, wait a minute. Let's put all of our differences to the side. Let's put all our religious beliefs to the side. Let's tap into that voodoo. Everybody got codified around their culture. They tap back into their culture. This is why I always tell people how culture is very important. Once you establish what your culture is and then surround yourself around your culture, you get strength from that. The Haitian brothers and sisters tapped back into their own culture, all got on code, and they defeated the mightiest armies in the world because the weapons were in their minds. It wasn't the guns, because they can outmaneuver the guns. They knew how to hide in the mountains, hide in the swamps. They knew how to use rocks, trees, stones, powder, poison. Everything became a weapon. You understand? Everything became a weapon because everybody was on code. Those guns can't shoot everybody at the same time. You see? And the reason why we kind of maintain a certain level of protection to a certain degree, because they can't get a whole bunch of us out here. They have to pick one or two of us off. And the reason why we can back them down after that is because Foundational Black Americans, we are the closest group to have a semblance of a code. We do have more codification than many other groups. We have more codification over here, so we can kind of organize more quickly than certain people. But the code has to be even deeper, because again, within our society, Foundational Black American Society, we have a lot of people who are off code, who are among us, which is why we have to clean house to a certain degree. All of the people who start talking off code, we got to get them out the paint. Also, we got to look out for controlled opposition. This is why we got to get certain folks out the paint. When it's time to get out here and get busy on the block, all of a sudden these people pop up that we don't really know. A lot of them are shills for the Democrats, like that one woman yesterday in Akron who got up there on the podium talking about, yeah, this is bad. Well, what happened with Jalen? But this is why y'all black men need to get out here and vote. And people are like, what the hell? We found out who she was. Her name is Trina Person, something like that. And she's a field manager for Planned Parenthood out there. She's a field manager for Planned Parenthood. So she's a Democratic op, you see. So they send these ops out here, these old mammies, to get out here and to dissipate and misdirect the energy into something else. That type of stuff we got to watch out for. That's off code. You understand? So it's up to us to, make sure these people get out the paint or get on code, because codification is very important when it comes to combating systematic white supremacy. That's very, very important. All right, let's see who we got in here. Let's get okay, who is this person here? I don't know. Void. This Void person. I don't know what your name is. Void. Turn your microphone on, Void. Yo, Void.
Randomly. Oh, hello?
There you go. What's going on, Void?
Hey, I was overhearing you saying that the way that they're going to track and target black people specifically is through cybernetics. Like, they see what pages you like, they see what, like, who you email, who you talk to, who you communicate with. But I just wanted to add further on to that. They have a lot of these they've had a lot of these special operations in place since around 1996 with the advent of the internet. You can look into Operation Prism, which was established back in 1996 by the NSA. And what they do is this gives them parameters and permissions to basically screen record whatever data is showing up on your phone. They can actually screen record your phone. And then something else I wanted to mention, there's these like patterns and peculiarities with these mass shootings that have been happening lately. They're all, if you've noticed, they're all like very young, impressionable men, very young, impressionable males. Like if you look at the one that was in New York and Buffalo and the one in Texas and now this one in Chicago, this guy's only like 22 years old. And
right.
I think that this is like a broader, this is a broader operation that's being deployed by Project Monarch, which is an extension of MK Ultra, which officially says that it's no longer active. But you know how the CIA goes, you know how spooks go. When spooks want to do some fucked up shit, they'll just, they'll say they're not doing it. But
right.
I wanted to say that all of this is like more broadly, I think you accurately hit the nail on the head when you point out that they deploy these operations in order to terrify the public, keep the public scared, and they also do this so that we're scared of each other, so that they make us so that we don't know who to trust. They make us so that we look at our neighbor with fear and hatred in our eyes, thinking that they might do the same to us, when that's not really the case. And to further back up the stuff that I'm saying, there was like a CNN article back in 2018 where an Arizona prosecutor, during one of his investigations, he discovered that there was on the Mexico border, there was this compound filled with Honduran children that were starving, and they were being trained to commit mass shootings.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. That was heavy. But thank you for the call. Let me get some more people in here. Thank you, buddy. But yeah, they've already we've been known that they monitor us. That's really why the internet, as we know it, was created. It's a military operation, but they created the modern internet to really keep tabs on us in the 1960s and 70s. But yeah, we already know that. We know that we're monitored all the time. So let's get Selfish in here. Selfish, what's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going, man? Congratulations on your little one, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. I got a question, man. It is off topic. Hope I can ask. If not, if I understand. I'm from Mississippi, and I live in Mississippi, and I got a lot of people that are relatives and a lot of people that I know that try their best to hide their lineage to try to get, I guess, some advantage back in the day. So we was talking about reparations and how to prove to get, if it ever came to Mississippi, how to prove your lineage. And a friend of mine was saying that they did so much to hide their lineage. So because they were light skinned, they almost passed for white. So they were saying they were scrubbing a lot of things so that nobody could trace their lineage. So I was trying to explain to them that it should be very, fairly easy to trace your lineage. Can you give me in short form, I guess, how someone could trace their lineage to prove that they are FBA?
Yeah, man, birth certificates. It's real simple, man. You can't scrub a birth certificate because they digitize them now. So all the birth certificates are digitized and registered with the state or whatever. So yeah, birth certificates. All you have to do is check everybody's birth certificate. What's your grandma's name? What was her mama's name? What was her mama's name? And we only have to go back like 3, 4 generations. It's not even that long ago. My grandmother was born in 1910. All right. My grandmother was alive, who my grandmother helped raise me. My grandmother was alive the same time Harriet Tubman was alive, guy. You understand what I'm saying? We're not
Hmm.
that far removed from slavery at all. There were slaves living into the 1970s. There were still slaves running around here who are 100 and something years old in the 1970s running around America. So we're not that far removed. It's not that hard. Check birth certificates, go to Ancestry.com. They talk about how difficult it is. Everybody has a birth certificate. There has to be some kind of birth record of somebody being born at certain places. You were born somewhere, and you're gonna have the only people who don't have any records of where they were born are tethers. All right. If
Gotcha. Thank
somebody
you,
say
brother.
on top of they ain't got no record, that means they asked and came from somewhere else, and their records are somewhere over in Uganda or Haiti somewhere. All right, but
Right,
we got
right.
records over here. Don't let nobody fool you. All right, thank you
Thank
for
you,
the
brother.
call. Yeah, we got our records over here. You can trace who you are. You can trace who your parents are. You go to Ancestry.com and trace all that stuff now. Find out who your mama was, find out who your daddy was. Some of y'all, a lot of folks don't know who your dad was. Ask somebody. Somebody know who your daddy was. Ask your grandma. Your mama might have been an in the street, out there in the streets doing something sweet. Somebody gonna know who the daddy is. All right. But even if they don't, find out who your mama is. Find out her background. All right. Let me get one more call in here because we got a lot of folks in here, and I'm gonna go in here and kick it with my child. All right. Boy, there's a lot of y'all in here. Shout out to the family. And I hope everybody has my book, Foundational Black American Race Beta, available on Amazon. You go to Amazon right now, get my book, Foundational Black American Race Beta. Also, LA, we want LA lawyers, Black folks, if you are a lawyer out here in Los Angeles, give me an email so we can network with you because we want to have lawyers on deck, Black lawyers. If you are a Black lawyer, Southern California, email me info@tariqelite.com. Also, Atlanta, my Atlanta people, if you are a real estate person, email me again. My Atlanta people, if you do real estate in Atlanta, you're certified in Atlanta, info@tariqelite.com. Let me see, who is this sister here? Let me see. A lot of y'all in here. Let's see. I see TS Giselle. I'm glad you ain't in the queue. Okay, I see you down there. Let's get Afro Bubbles. Let's get Afro Bubbles in here. Want to get some new faces in here I've not talked to before. What's up, Afro Bubbles? Afro Bubbles, where you at, dear?
Hey Tariq, can you hear me?
Hey, hey, how are you, Afro Bubbles?
Love you, love your work. Congratulations on Amira. Congratulations on
Thank you
the
so much.
funding for the fabulous movie we about to see. And just
Yes,
everything that you've been doing for us. We really appreciate you. Um, I
thank you so much.
I have been completely shook up, like traumatized, really since Buffalo. They don't let us catch our breath. And just like you said, we are target practice. We're in the bullseye of white supremacy right now. We're in the crosshair. And I think the thing for us to do now is to whatever little differences we may have and little factions and little war over semantics and all this little petty bullshit, we gotta put it aside. We have
Hmm.
cling to each other right now and strategize. And we got to make a tour de force. We have to, like you said, maybe a march on Washington. We're going to have to do something big because
Yes,
they're trying to erase us off the face of the earth. Already, you know.
yes, yes, yes. And our administration, we can't sit here, the family, all of the Biden sexuals, We can't sit here and let these people just ignore the stuff that's happening to us and just rub things in our faces. When the black folks got shot in Buffalo, the Biden administration, these people didn't do a damn thing. And in response to that, instead of getting a hate crime bill for us, they're going to invite a Korean pop band to the White House to talk about hate crimes. That was them just rubbing the disrespect in our faces. We have to step to them and say, hey, enough is enough. We got to call this administration out in a loud, big manner. Let's get VLG. I don't know how to pronounce your name. VLG, hop on.
Hey, Tyreek.
What's up, brother?
Hey, thanks for letting me join the conversation, man.
Yes.
Earlier, you had said that the shooter had been seen in a Trump rally, right?
Yeah, a few
So
of them. There's a few videos of him at Trump rallies, but go ahead.
Okay, so it's possible he's right-leaning.
Of course, he's definitely right-wing. Yeah.
Okay, but I also seen him being portrayed by the right as a rapper,
Right.
And which seems to be that's their only angle. And I'm just saying a guy like that is really important.
Okay, brother, you got to get your thoughts together, brother. Okay, yeah. You got to get your thoughts together, brother. We don't have all day for you to kind of flesh your thoughts out, brother. Yeah, you got to get that together. All right, Lord. Okay, brother. When y'all call up, man, y'all got to have it together. Y'all got to have that together. Let's get Let me see. Lord. Okay, you had that thing together. All right, let's get one more person in here because that call was kind of janky. All right, let's get Ali E. Fennell. I think that's your name, Ali E. Fennell. What's up, Ali? Ali,
Hey,
come
what's
on,
going
man.
on, brother? How you doing this evening?
I'm good, man. How you doing? Where you from, Ali?
I'm from Branson, Missouri.
There you go.
First time calling here. By the way, I want to congratulate you on your birth of your new child and on your birthday as well. But
Thank you, brother.
but here's the thing about this shooting right here. It doesn't matter if the person's right wing or left wing, if he's a Biden sexual or Trump supporter. They're after us, okay? We got to be
Yeah.
on code, and stop with this crap. With that Biden's going to protect you or Trump's going to protect you. Nobody's not going to protect us at all except us. That's it. That's who's
Yes.
going to protect us. We got to stay on code and everything. Is we need to stop joining these little parties, whether it be Democrat or Republican Party, because that's what's really hurting us.
There you go, my man. I appreciate you. Thank you for the call, brother. All right, let's get what's that? I am healed. Philip July. Philip. All right, Philip, where you at, man?
Okay, yes, I had to change my screen name because they took me out or off of Twitter. So
Oh,
I'm
damn.
doing a whole new thing. But
Why
this
did?
is a lady.
Okay. How are you, Miss
Hey, how you doing?
female
Yes, I was
Philip?
under.
What was
Yeah, I
your
had to
other
do
screen
some.
name? What was your other screen name, ma'am? Hello? Come on, auntie. Where you at, dear? Come on. Okay. Oh Lord, somebody, y'all auntie don't know how to work the iPhone. Lord, she tried to make a Finsta account, and your auntie don't know how to work the iPhone like that. She'd have made a Finsta account and then muted the damn iPhone and didn't know how to take the mute off. Poor thing. Somebody get their auntie. Lord. Lord. All right, let's get Qlu. Let's get Qlu in here. Qlu, hop on, brother. Qlu, hop on. Let's get Qlu in here. Where you at, Qlu?
Hello, mic check 1 2 1 2. Hey, what's up, Drake?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay. I wanted to comment some more about that one guy who referenced these mass shooters. There was a guy named Alec Manassin. They interviewed this guy where he did one of these. It wasn't a mass shooting where he used his van as a weapon and ran down some people over up Canada. And a lot of these mass shooters, while they do trace back to 4chan and these various websites, when it comes to Alec Manassin and Elliot Rogers, guys like that, what they did was they kind of made like a blueprint. Like it was like almost really was like a terror cell. If you look up
Yeah.
the National Post, the police interview of that guy, he actually tells their plan moving forward. It's like some race war kind of stuff. But look up Alec Manasseh on the National Post on YouTube. You'll see what I'm saying. It's like 20 minutes long.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna peep that out because I like to keep some intel on
Yeah,
who
the
these
National
people are, man.
Post. Alec Manasseh.
Now, my man, thank you so
Okay.
much, brother. Let's get Everett. Let's get Everett in here.
Hey, Tariq.
What's up, Everett? How
Oh,
are
I'm
you?
doing very well. I'm doing very well. A little shaken up hearing everything that's going on. But what I wanted to ask you is, I don't live. I live in LA. I'm by you. But
Yes.
what can we do? Because I'm a young person out here. Other than getting on social media, I don't see what I can do. Uh,
Now okay. Again, certain things you can't talk about on social media. How long you been living in LA, by the way?
I've been here my whole life.
Okay. And you noticed you don't see too many police shootings or even police beatings out here in LA, do you?
Well, it's a lot different out here. You're exactly right about that.
And why do we not see them out here?
The attitude is I just myself. I can only speak for myself. If I
Mm-hmm.
see somebody like hemmed up, I get angry. I have to control myself and be measured because that's how my father raised me. But
Right.
there's a certain attitude I feel.
Right. Now, by the way, I hear you almost have an accent. Where's your father from?
Everybody says that. Everybody says that. My family is from Louisiana.
Oh, really?
My both of my mother and my father, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay. And are they both FBA?
Yes, sir. I
Okay, because you have an accent, brother. Yeah.
everybody says that. Everybody said I don't know. But they are from Louisiana, and
Right.
they are FBA descendants of slaves in America.
All right, but thank you for the call. But the reason why, let me touch on that. Family, you don't see no black folks out here getting shot on video no more. You don't see that out here in LA. We got LAPD. We got white supremacist gangs within LAPD. I mean, they're brutal, but you don't see them doing all that stuff on video now, do you? You don't see them shooting people 60 times. You don't see them beating up people on camera out here like that. There's a reason why. Well, they don't do it to black people. There's a reason why you don't see that. The reason why is because there is retaliation immediately out here if they do that. They know they are in danger if they do that to a black person out here. The streets will get real hot real fast and ain't nobody gonna be marching. You understand what I'm saying? LA is not known for marching at all. I've said this repeatedly. I keep pointing that out. You don't see the Asians, you don't see them beating up on folks. The last time you saw an Asian shot a girl, Latasha Harling, back in the 90s, there was a real big case on that. They got rid of that store. The owners of that store had to leave town, and that store got towed up too. That store was burned down. They got that store out of here. You didn't see any Asians attacking black people since. The closest time was a couple of years ago in Compton, where an Asian male at a beauty supply store in Compton roughed up a sister, and then everybody came up there and roughed his ass up. And then when the police came, they roughed the police up too. That man had to sell his shop. That shop is black owned right now. There's immediate consequences. Ain't nobody marching out here, man. You saw what with Rodney King when they beat Rodney King. Y'all saw what happened. The city got $1 billion bill. Nobody marched. They got busy. And a couple of years ago, again, every blue moon, they might try to sneak a shot or two in on a black person, and then immediately there's going to be retaliation. They shot that brother out there by Imperial a couple of years ago, brother Kizzy, I think that's his name. They shot that brother, and they shot him thinking that if they don't film him, they'll get away with it, because they can do some stuff without filming as long as the public don't see it. They got to get you somewhere off in the cut where nobody can see it and they can turn the cameras off and then completely lie. That don't count. And they thought they were going to do that with that Kizzy brother. He was riding a bike, and I think they turned the cameras off or whatever and shot the brother, but somebody's Ring camera filmed it. They weren't expecting that. It was somebody's house camera who actually filmed it. And then that video got around to the media. And then in retaliation, 2 cops got shot in Compton. They ambushed 2 cops in Compton. And then after the cops got shot, some brothers went up to the hospital telling the police, hey, we come to finish the job. It's for real out here. That's why you don't see that stuff. It gets real out here. I'm just telling you history and sociology. I'm not condoning anything. I'm just talking from a historic standpoint. Why you see certain things happen in other places and certain things don't happen in other places. This is just history I'm talking about here, family. You see, not condoning anything, but certain places things get real. Certain places people know they can't pull that type of stuff. Yeah. Certain places the block gets real hot and you got people who don't give a damn. You got people who will take it to that next level. You know? Let's get one more person in here. I keep saying one more person, then it's always a whole bunch of other people. Let's get X in here. Let's get X in here. What's up, X? X, speak on it.
B1 family, you can hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on, fam?
Blessed to your family, your young queen, all your endeavors. I definitely support, even with the museum. I threw 50 on it. But my question specifically is all right, a form of code switching is when you out and about. I'm in South Florida. It's down here, it's a minority majority city. But it's a misconception. That's a microcosm of what's going to happen when the kids get older. Like when your daughter's like 30 and the United States is in the majority minority, it's a misconception that brown-black coalition is going to hold us down. It's a total different animal, my guy. I'm down here. I'm an entrepreneur down here. Talk about code switching. I got a code switch with the white folk. I got a code switch with these Spaniards. I got a code switch with these Haitians, Jamaicans, because I know you always say in Africa is tribal, but it's a lot of tribalism down here also in South Florida. So
of course.
Yes, sir. So what I want to tell the family is I think we on point. It's a great time to be alive. It's a lot of foolishness going on, but everybody use that cliche, we on code. That's a code of conduct. You're supposed to conduct that every day and have character with it when nobody's watching. But I'm going to land the plane, Tariq. Yo, God bless what you're doing, bro. Peace to the family out there. Speak to y'all ancestors, keep y'all safe, and be one.
Much respect to you, family. Great call, man. Great brother. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Let some of the other family get out here and get your spaces popping. But hey, man, let's just keep our eyes open. Akron, we with you. We with all the brothers and sisters in Akron out there in North Carolina. We with you. My Chicago folks, y'all be careful out here because again, this situation that happened in Highland Park, this guy might be part of some type of white supremacist terror cell, and these guys might just be doing target practice on their own folks in order to get a bigger play going on. We know we got the Patriot Front white supremacist group running around here. They were up there in Boston marching around right after some of them got arrested in Iowa, by the way, a few weeks ago for planning a terror attack, and they're still allowed to go out here running around because they're clicked in with law enforcement. So we got to watch what's going on out here. Be codified, be codified, be codified, be on code, chop up game with the people around you and organize to protect you and your family, guys. All right, man, I'm out of here. Papi Akute, Lola Vuve.